Hi, it's Karen here. Welcome to another video from me. And today I'm going to show you how I created this card with the gorgeous Astrid stamp using my gel plate and some Brushos. We'll get started. So here we are today. We're working on our 6x6 inch gel plate. And I don't know if you can see there's a line at the bottom of my gel plate. That's because I don't even know what I was thinking, but I used a pencil on my gel plate. Well, there you are. Lesson: even when you clean your gel plate, the pencil mark doesn't come off. But anyway, here we are going to use today picked raspberry and Distress Oxides, and I'm going to ink up my 6-inch speedball brayer. Now you will have seen me using my 3.5 by 6.5 inch gel plate, so this is a whole different look by having a 6x6. And you'll just need to get a feel for how many Brushos, how you ink up your plate for you. So we're going to roll the brayer evenly across the plate to make sure that this base layer of picked raspberry is evenly applied. I'm just rolling off my brayer onto a separate piece of paper, and I'm going to bring my little Brushos back. I'm using my fan brush here. I've got my 2 pots of water, one for my dark colours, one for my light colours. And guess what colour we're going to start with? We're going to start with yellow. And I'm going to pop the yellow right in the centre of the plate. I'm just tapping it with another paintbrush. And when I dip it into the Brushos, I bring it out, I tap it to the side so that the biggest blobs of paint drop onto the kitchen towel, not onto my gel plate. Always washing off my brush between colours of my Brushos because I don't want to contaminate them between each other. I'm now going to go in with orange. Washing off my brush again, and this time I'm going to take a Lazarin Crimson. Oh my goodness, this is just a gorgeous pinky colour. I love it. It's bright pink. And I'm just going to tap, tap, tap this around the edge. So the bigger the gel plate, obviously, the more the Brushos you need to apply to get this lovely smooshed effect that I love. And you can see on my little buddy palette, which is sticking to the plastic, I've got them labelled with the colours that I use most frequently. So we've got yellow and orange in the middle, we've got a Lazarin Crimson around the edge. I'm now going to go in with a bit of white. And I'm going to pop that white around the edge. And each time you do this, you will end up with a different look, a different card. I'm just going to move these out of the way because they seem to be flying. I don't want white in my purple. So each time you do this, you're going to get a different look. Right, and now I'm going to take rose red, and I'm going to pop my rose red around the edge in between the alizarin crimson. Now it doesn't matter if you put the white before or the white afterwards. You get a different look depending on whether you put it on the top or underneath. Very interesting. There we go. It's so much fun because you don't know what you're going to get, but it's just fun to play, isn't it? And that's why we do this. Right, I'm going to take my piece of multifarious cardstock, which is really 300 GSM, and it's really lovely and smooth. Smoothing it out over the gel plate. And look at that lovely cotton candy type background that we've got here. There's still some left on the plate, so I'm going to take another piece of card and use that. I will show you what we do with that as well. So here we are, my print is dry and I've cut down the white pieces around it so that I can see exactly the piece that I'm working with. But I just love the colours on this, and each time you do it you'll get a different look. So we're going to take our beautiful Astrid stamp, and I'm going to use my stamping platform for this. So applying my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink to this gorgeous detail stamp, and as many of you know, I use this ink because it gives me a crisp, clean image every single time. So I'm just going to flip down my lid and just press gently so that I'm sure that I get all parts of the stamp beautifully come out. Then I'm going to take this lovely water spirit verse, and I'm going to use picked raspberry and Distress Oxides. Now, I don't often use Distress Oxides for my stamping. I only use it when I want to get a variegated, soft look in the background, and that's exactly what I want today. So I use the VersaFine Clairs for nice crisp images, and the oxides and the inks if I want it a bit variated in the background. So you can see I'm just stamping off second generation at various places around my card. There we go. And then I'm going to take blue orbs. Gorgeous set of orbs here. And again, inking up with picked raspberry. I'm going to surround her with orbs. I turn the stamp in different directions so you don't get the same bit of stamp all over. And this is a gorgeous stamp because you get these lovely, I don't know if you can see them there. Can you see them? This lovely small set of orbs here, and then you've got these big circles in the middle. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So often I just use these tiny circles around the edge. And there we have. Okay, and now we get to the fun bit. We're going to colour in her hair. So I'm just using a piece of acetate onto which I'm going to smoosh my colours. So I'm using 3 colours in Distress Oxides: Antique Linen, Frayed Burlap and Rusty Hinge. Now I don't often use Rusty Hinge, but it makes a great colour for hair. So I'm going to start with that one. Wet it a bit with my spritzy bottle, take my paintbrush and colour in her hair. Glasses on, and we're just going to lightly but not too carefully, because we all have highlights in our hair in different ways, so we're just going to colour very lightly different parts of her hair. Then I'm going to take, excuse me, sorry, frayed burlap. again water it down, and I'm going to put different parts, different highlights in different parts of her hair. You can see I'm not being too careful how we colour it, going back in with the rusty hinge. And just colouring different pieces in the different colours. And now I'm going to take my picked raspberry once again, and I'm going to colour her lips and give her a bit of eyeshadow around the top of her eyes. Now, if you didn't have the exact same colours for the hair, oh my goodness, there's a dozen that could work. You could have scattered straw, you could have had a vintage photo, even a bit of wild honey to create the highlights in her hair. Oh my goodness, the opportunities are endless here. And I'm just going to now colour her lips, ever so detailed these are, and give her a bit of pink lipstick, and then give her a bit of eyeshadow, so you can see I moved my card around to make it easier to access the different parts of the card for the colouring. But because Tracy's done all the hard work in giving us the detail, the outlines, we've got the easy fun job. There we go. I don't want to overdo that. I'm just going to give her a bit more pink. There we are. And honestly, that is how I'm going to leave her. She's just stunning. I'm going to mat and mount her, and I'll be back. And here we are. I've mounted her with a small frame in black and then a larger white frame. I think she's gorgeous. If you want to see how I framed it, check out some of my previous videos because I go through the process in detail. Now, you know when we were making prints at the beginning, we did a second print. So I've done the exact same process on the second pull that I got from the same colours. So you've got 2 cards for the price of 1. I hope you've enjoyed that. I'd love to see what you make. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.